he still pulls out other champions. So I don't think it's as extreme as everyone's always writing it out to be, and as small of a champion pool that they may think.
Duly noted. We'll see if it's tested here for him today. Nocturne and Morgana on the side of Team Liquid for no Echo Fox choices, and the Aatrox and the Swain. Figure we see Talia somewhere up on this list before we get to the second phase.
All right, some of the pretty common bans so far. I haven't seen Zoe yet. I would expect Zoe also to show up here. Zoe and Aurelia are probably my next two most powerful, just if you go down the powerless champions still left on the board. And both those are solo laners. The problem with early picking Zoe is, of course, then the other team would want to pick probably Aurelia into it. And Zoe is not as flexible as so many of these other solo lane champions that you can't really put her in a lot of other positions to get her out of a bad matchup.
They kind of say, hey, you're leaving a power pick open, so will we on this one. So we're going to get some interesting picks to start off. What does TL favor, though, with some of these picks being up? Defense. They go for the support, they go for the initiation, and Ole gets that pick of Rakan.
Okay, so we have seen Rakan used just as a standard support in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
It has also been used as the supportive mid lane role, where you have another champion, can be a Xayah, can be another marksman or something like that, play with the smite, and the Rakan kind of do the funneling strategy of putting all the mid lane farm as well as jungle camps into that champion. So he can play kind of support either in the bottom lane or in the mid lane. And it looks like they are gonna be able to get the duo possibly here. Meanwhile, though, the power picks they gave over of Kai'Sa to Echo Fox, also a really, really good scaling champion, especially because Rageblade right now, this is a 12, hasn't been even slightly nerfed there. So that could be an option for Echo Fox as well.
Definitely means that Huni might be taking to that top lane against Impact if it does play out that way. The question coming into this match of, will those top laners get to go toe-to-toe? Pobelter hovering the Aurelia with that Lucian being the last ban. As you said, Kai'Sa left up, Aurelia left up, so we're going to get some awesome picks here as that is locked in. One final pick for Echo Fox in phase 1.
And Pobelter, it's surprising to me, he's got Aurelia 3 times already out of their 4 games this split. With it being that highly contested and him actually performing very well on the champion. I think this is a very good pick for Team Liquid in the first round here before the extra bans do come through. But there you go, the Yasuo for Echo Fox. We saw Huni with his hands on it first time around. Could, still have a few more options.
Yeah, absolutely. So now to my question of, is Huni going top against Impact? Could it change? Bans now for Echo Fox here as they say, what do we target? It's going to be Impact. They start hitting them with the Ornn, and we'll see how they deliver back here if it's going to be maybe a jungle hit onto Dardoch for Team Liquid in phase 2.
Yeah, definitely could be a possibility. The other thing, would be possible funnel supports for your Kai'Sa, right? So definitely keeping a lot of options open here. The other thing about threatening a champion that scales as hard as Kai'Sa as a possible target to put a lot of your money and mid lane and jungle farm into is then you're not quite sure which bans you can actually throw out as far as the lane matchups. Not quite sure where Yasuo is going either for themselves.
The Braum ban is funny because when Echo Fox played Optic, that's kind of the composition between him and Acadian, and Dardoch was like, well, I guess I got to pick the better support next time.
Yeah, Nunu also follows it up. So it looks like because of these bans, Team Liquid are fully expecting this to be a Kai'Sa, play with Smite where all the mid lane farm and the jungle camps would go over to it, so you can try and get Kai'Sa to her Rageblade as quickly as possible. She can also build up into defensive things like the Zhonya, since the attack speed AP build is the most popular, strongest build for Kai'Sa right now. I feel like it's just such a good scaling champion that outputs so much damage, has chase potential with her ult, and defensive utility with Zhonya's being easily included in the build.
We said those picks were going to go at Nautilus, and even as we read through in the beginning of the match, they said maybe that fancy pick singed for Impact.
Yeah, so to me it looks like, because the Nautilus locked in here, it could be support Nautilus and carry Yasuo on the bottom side. It's actually a really fun duo lane to pull. It definitely has a lot of kill pressure, and the Alistar then would have to be funneling the Kai'Sa, so it could be a mid funnel Alistar Kaisa with that bottom lane. That's just one possibility, though. Doesn't have to be that way. The more traditional would, of course, be the Alistar on the bottom lane, but both those are good targets for knockups for setting up this Yasuo. And regardless, once these guys do get later into the game, I always like seeing Yasuo and Kaisa as the two main carries because both of those champions perform so well when you have CC and the rest of your team comp. So I really like these four being paired together. They will stack up Plasma for Kaisa. She can jump around, and they can proc Yasuo's ultimate there with knockups. So there's definitely a lot of options with the Echo Fox lineup, whereas if you look at Team Liquid, much more standard. What we're thinking from them, Impact has played the Singe plenty of times.
Exactly.
Smithy Sejuani has years of experience, and Pobelter's been performing very well on Aurelia. So this is actually what we expected from both of these teams coming into it. Even though in the end here, looks like Echo Fox not swapping the Kaisa to mid for him to funnel, but Dardoch will be the one on the Alistar. So probably they'll just have Altec play mid once they get into game, even though he's in the bottom lane spot right now, and see Phoenix maybe go with Fang.
I absolutely love this because it means more fights all the time, especially coming in from Echo Fox. We see that standard composition from Team Liquid, but it is 3-1, 3-1, I should say, for both teams, looking for that first place finish with a win here.
Perfect thing to bring up there, Riv, because Echo Fox's coach, Inero, was very outspoken about funnel meta, and he was of the opinion that if you are playing it slowly and just farming around your camps, and funneling all the mid lane farm and not fighting, then you're playing it wrong. He thinks that you should play super aggressively with it, take that power early on and go force fights. So we'll see if Echo Fox follow that mentality and give us that early action you're looking for.
I mean, level 2 for Dardoch is going to be huge. You just go around the map, you can pick up minor resources. You're still Alistar in the mid game.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love pairing the Yasuo and Kaisa, like we said, with two champions, Nautilus and Alistar, that have so much crowd control, knockup to be able to set those champions up. But it's all about how will the early game go, and can they start getting that money rolling. Dardoch has the Targons, as do Phoenix and Fang, so as I kind of suspected there, Altec with the machete going to be at the mid/jungle position where you get the last hit on all of your jungle camps, and you'll also get as many of the mid lane minions as possible. So you'll constantly see them just rushing around. Every second when you're running this comp is very important because every second is possible gold put onto your hard carry. Bottom lane though, we got action.
Phoenix gets hit up. Shield to start things off. Both flash over the wall. There's two. Phoenix could be going down here. He tries to deliver what damage he can. And Doublelift picks up first blood. A minute 15 in.
Early action, Riff. They called it, and they're sticking to the plan. Unfortunately for Echo Fox, it was Team Liquid that sought it out. Doublelift, no hesitation on the flash. The Xayah gets the first blood here, and Team Liquid are going to follow it up with some counter jungling to try and take away some of the options for the Echo Fox Kaisa Alistar duo to actually get money.
I think the invade is great. You're going to have the range advantage. If you see Altec in mid, why not check it?
Exactly. One of the biggest things about putting a stop to team compositions that are trying to hard farm a champion around mid and jungle is to invade them, counter jungle them, and pressure side lanes. Because you know that two people are going to be committed to just getting farmed for Kaisa, you should have the opportunity to create stuff elsewhere on the map. Here's another look at it though, as Ole on the recon started it off. He was able to get onto Phoenix. That gave Doublelift the confidence to immediately flash over, secure the first blood for themselves.
Yep.
And there we go. Echo Fox, they grabbed the crab, and actually maybe they had a little bit of miscommunication. Dardoch was heading back mid lane. Oh, no, he's actually just going for deep wards. Uses the cone as well while Altec finishes up that blue buff, and then he's going to try and hold the minion wave because Aurelia, Pobelter there, not hard pushing it. And that will give him actually enough time to go over and grab the Gromp as well. Now, let me check on mid lane. It looks like the wave is pretty much frozen in mid. And Altec, for the Gromp, he is going to lose out maybe on the cannon minion. It's slightly pushing towards them. So if he can get back for the cannon minion in addition to grabbing all of that, then this would be huge. And he's going to get there just in time. Dardoch execute.
Oh, he took it for himself. Couldn't get the relic in time for the range. And it's all right, though. We'll be there from experience. Ooh.
But yeah.
Kathy and Reigns, they push forward the wave, and then once you sit again, back to the jungle. If they
there
have
they
a
go.
chance, Exhaust goes down, and Pobelter, they're trying to get just in range. A few more shots from Altec. The flawless duet stalls them just out of range.
Ooh, yeah, a lot of damage soaked up there by Pobelter. And again, whenever we see Echo Fox running these double mid jungle strategies, it is with a RCC champion in the hands of Dardog, and he forces plays over and over.
Push on Impact. It's pretty painful as he's getting some Flame Spitter in his face. Huni gives himself vision to say, I want to keep pushing you in. Do not want to give you a chance to get behind me and start causing chaos. A little bit of love here from Xmithy towards the top side, and he will be seen even past the ward. A good slow as Huni gets the honey, and now Xmithy's going to push him into the brush. Flash here from Huni. He's going to get tagged once, a few times. Impact playing this one very smart, knowing the flash is there. Huni could overheat and get the damage done. The fling is there. The steal, the square shield, but the minion shots come in, and the kill goes to Impact.
I think that was really, really good Singe play by Impact.
Yeah.
It's the small things. You mentioned the honey. He gets his mega adhesive down onto Huni right in the middle of the champion. So he can't flash off. He's not going to be able to escape the gank. And then he's able to kite out just long enough, waits for his opening to go back in. You know, they balance the health bars there. And they are not worried of another jungler during the long gank that they have on top lane coming to counter gank them, because the jungler is Altec and Dardok there. Those guys are just focused on farming. That's basically your opening. That's the weakness, you know, of committing two champions to try and farm for the Kai'Sa mid. That's why Team Liquid can be so brazen here. You know, Impact just walking around. He's like, nobody else is going to come for me, bro. So he just waits on the outside. Stun goes off, flips him into a bunch of waiting poison. So even though Scrap Shield comes back up for Huni, doesn't last long enough, and he chokes on the gas.
Next Acer Predator replay for the bot lane fight that occurred.
All right, double lift there. Victim of the all-in, but they turned it back around.
It's never ending. Somebody phoned in again, and now Phoenix is getting the call. He's gonna go down. Remember, the flash is still coming back up. They're on to Fang now, and they take him too.
Woo! Little bit of aggression on the bottom side from Echo Fox's side, but
Tad.
Smithy heads on down there afterwards, and Team Liquid clean up. My goodness, coming off of their victory at the end of last week, this is another very one-sided opening for Team Liquid. They're looking very, very good this split.
Says Smithy in the Champion Select lobby said Szechuani, the spicy pick. So he's actually playing it quite well so far. As you were saying, their game last week, TSM is 0-0-5 on that Szechuani. So he is just kind of playing to his wheelhouse over and over.
And that's exactly what we mentioned in Champion Select, where when you're facing composition with two members focused on just farming, it's up to the enemy jungler to create those plays. Smithy goes to both side lanes, forces in with the extra man advantage.
Bees, they're everywhere! What it do? Your firearms are useless! 6.5, Huni gets out of that one. It seemed a little crazy, but he got out alive. He's got the B net on.
Yeah.
4 kills in favor of TL as they keep peppering the map.
Honey Fruit tastes pretty good there for Impact after the trade. Gets the heal pretty far back up. Huni's forcing him off of the wave here, though. He's trying to keep him out of experience range and deny him getting back for these minions. Huni actually doesn't get the last hits, and he focuses more on that zoning aspect. But Impact back to full health and back into lane.
More denial, too. Just kind of having the read on the map, that timing, the pace for TL says, all of this is ours. Thank you very much. And Smithy walks out uncontested.
Yeah, and because of the control on bottom lane, you know, Double Lift not only did he get the first blood, but they also very successful and time-efficient gank down there. They should have easy control over the Drake. So even though Echo Fox are successfully getting their super farm into Kai'Sa with 92 CS here on the Kai'Sa now, Team Liquid are getting so much more elsewhere on the map.
Ruh-roh. Phoenix tries to go in, gets himself possibly killed as Double Lift just dodges the anchor toss. A level 6 was there if you wanted to go in with Featherstorm, but they choose to play it safe. Nick Smithy trying to lock down Altec, but just misses the Arctic Assault as Altec dances around for the kill.
Killer instinct indeed. Altec doesn't hesitate. He finishes the jungle item, and with that red smite is easily able to commit to this, even though Smithy is there. He gets his kill, and they're able to take a large amount of the monsters here out of the blue quadrant.
That is going to be Smithies. They locked down Altec. Remember, he just used the ultimate and just about everything to get in. The disarm coming in as well, and they might be able to shut down the fight. Altec falls. A huge hit from Pole Belter. All summoners are down, and he is trying to keep himself alive in the fight. Impact will help secure that kill, and now they're on to Dardoch. It looks like he's going to have to walk this one out slow. A hit pushes Pole Belter too far away, and they do take down that Dardoch. Alistar falls, and no more damage coming for him in the jungle on the support pick.
Man, that is super, super tragic for Echo Fox. After Altec is able to use his ultimate, grabs that kill for themselves, they stick around in this jungle with Mooney very low life on the Rumble here. So Team Liquid, they collapse onto Altec. They corner him with the double stuns. And even though Dardoch does get there to delay and give him the stun, Altec still goes down, and Impact is able to get out on the field with his teleport to turn the tides. And so that ends up being a 1 for 3. You can kind of count it as a soft 2 for 3 since it really started with Altec's diving and grabbing the early kill. But regardless, Team Liquid racking up the kills on all of their carries here, whereas Echo Fox kind of struggling in the other areas.
Definitely good that Pole Belter is able to pick up kills for himself with all that action being brought towards the mid lane. Altec up quite a few CS with that funnel strat, so evening it out for TL has to feel pretty good.
And we have to keep into account, they're all these gold generation items too for Echo Fox. They have a bunch of Targons that they're trying to make up some of the ground with, but as you can see with the gold at the top, not quite quick enough. Smithy back down bottom side. They're gonna get first turret bonus here and maybe some kills.
Locked on. Oh, the double entrance knockup. Phoenix is low, down to 500 HP. A quick kill coming in, or rather on the turret, I should say. Last hit to Phoenix, and they are not able to solidify the kill as Fang gets the last few shots. The focus was on the turret, and the kill almost came.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. The focus there was a little split. Double if the DPS wanted the turret bonus, he didn't want to get out of range of the turret, because a lot of the gold that you get from turrets now is local, and you have to be in range of the turret to get that gold. Here we go, though.
Nice Vanguard's edge, shutting down Altec immediately. Dardoch actually in a really bad spot as Huni throws down the equalizer, but it equalizes nothing in this fight for Echo Fox. Dardoch will fall under the turret, and even Doublelift gets his hands on this one.
Yeah, Team Liquid really racking up the kills now. 4 members mid here, pushing on the turret. They want to gain more ground.
Doesn't look like they'll stop. 14 seconds on the 2 members of Echo Fox who just went down. A fling back puts Echo Fox in the position they do not want to be in. That's Fang going down now as his summoner falls along with him. A few more hits from Mithy. No Arctic Assault under the turret as Echo Fox's Phoenix could retaliate with the ultimate.
Smithy, though, with the red buff,
doesn't feel good for Phoenix.
Pushing him around, feels very, very confident here, and it has been definitely a good game for him. Echo Fox trying to stabilize here, but they're trying to put out fires all across the map and having a hard time keeping up. Smithy, though, might get caught this time around.
He doesn't leave. Looking for the last hit. One more to lock down that permafrost. Not able to do it as it wears off.
Close. Okay. Yeah. Thought that Phoenix might go for the knock-up and try and get Altec in there, but they don't have any sort of deep vision or know the whereabouts of any of the other Team Liquid members. So even though Smithy was kind of on a risky move there by himself, they have to respect the fact that they can't see any of the other Team Liquid members. They don't want to chase in this position. They're already so far down. They can't afford really to give over any more of the kills and let this game continue at the current pace.
Looking for the gold. 700 right now on to Phoenix. Actually doesn't have too much to his name. Goes down here as well as Pole Belter just lets the kill sink in. He gets out of that one with the ignite.
What a cool guy. Walks away from the burning kill. Doesn't even turn around for the last auto. Finishes off the kill. And of course, the flawless duets, not a projectile. He's able to get the stun off. Here we go, though. Blue buff is under attack. Smite.
Now they have so many fights going on each time, really making Echo Fox think of one or the other. They can't just initiate. Liquid now take another fight. Altec goes down. Fang with just a few more hits. Glacial Prison, Doublelift missing out on the last few shots as he pulls the feathers short. And they will not be able to get the kill, but Team Liquid don't really care if they didn't get it. They have full map control right now.
Yeah, they're pressing this one straight through. Smithy takes the minion wave, cuts it behind the outer turret even to quicken the pace here on this push on mid lane. And yeah, Altec does have Smite, and he went for the Smite on the blue buff, but Double Lift didn't even worry about Smite or the blue buff, just went for the kill, and he ends up with it anyway.
Thank you very much. Getting a Storm Razor first as well for his build coming in.
I do like that with the pace that this game is kind of going at. Lots of early power in that item, even though it doesn't scale that well later with the rest of crit, as you will get your crit just on your first attack. Right now, it provides so much damage, and he's able to chase through into the jungle. Team Liquid with 12 kills now for themselves, in addition to the turret lead. And full control. Oh, never mind.
Over the wall, Dardoch says we want the fight, signaling the all-in as Ole almost goes down, gets himself to safety, and they take down Dardoch. Phoenix now trying to get himself back to a position where they can fight, and now he's on to Impact, but I think that was an exit last breath, not an in. The team didn't want the full initiation as Team Liquid keeps cleaning up.
Oh, man, that is a heartbreaker for Echo Fox. Ole barely lives, able to get out. He heals off of the Q, standing next to Double Lift, and gets his shield off. No Team Liquid member going down there, and actually end up +1 on the kills with Impact once again teleporting in. Here's how it starts out.
Trigger.
Yeah, they got the initiation. They burn down onto Ole. He's not able to get the last hit. Pobelter now.
Getting cooked up. This doesn't look good for him. Throws down the Vanguard's edge, and that's going to be a few hits. If he can start dodging and get away from that point of origin, oh my God, Pobelter! 2 million IQ!
Oh, so Blade Surge always is going to take you right through your target there. And he's able to get the resets off. You'll get another activation if you mark them with either your ultimate or your Q. And Smithy jumps over with the Blast Cone just in time. Another heartbreaker for Xbox.
Oh man, one after the other. How many more pieces do they can afford to break off here before they're absolutely just gone? 15-3, a kill a minute just in favor of TL as Echo Fox is able to kind of buff that a bit by 3. Dardoch
low.
over the wall, hits one. Altec picking up an easy kill here as TL says, maybe a little too far, but we're definitely getting something back for it.
He's not going first item Rage Blade, though, after his jungle item with the early Stinger from Altec. So they aren't even going to have the quickly stacking passive procs to rely on. So even though he's getting these kills, Echo Fox still, they have to look pretty far into the future to see themselves, coming back in. They're going to have to work very diligently, multiple steps. Here's one that they tried to get, Huni. Goes in on Pobelter, gets his overheated auto attacks off. He misses that one missile, and then Smithy flashes over. Pobelter to the other side and barely finishes off the kill in time.
And that was actually super smart too, because he disarmed him as soon as he overheated for the extra auto attack damage that would have taken him down. Crazy plays, great stuff from Pobelter to keep himself alive. Nick Smithy getting there just in time for the party. Scuttle's gonna go down as Echo Fox tries to get a little map control, just a vision that would help them possibly secure a fight in their favor. The Rift Herald is going to be tempted. It looks like TL won't let it happen uncontested.
All right, trying to force Team Liquid off. Echo Fox, are they gonna fight this? Huni's got his ult ready.
Glacial Prison hit Dardoch or Altec. Equalizer goes down immediately. Rift Herald will fall as the eye is ready, and Fox's health is just deleted as a triple kill comes up for Double Lift. One for Pobelter as they're chasing Huni out of the fight, and Echo Fox gets completely washed away from the Rift Herald.
Yeah, they force it. Now they're down 10,000 gold after the end of that one. Rift Herald is proc, and that one might get all the way to the Nexus turrets. I think Team Liquid gonna run this one straight through the base. Double Lift already was still down bottom side.
He teleports down to the bottom side, which may slow their damage in mid, but never mind. Rift Herald is still there. Now as they spawn, the inhibitor might be the next shot as TL stay a little bit longer. Does not look like Double Lift will join them. So they will turn away and head to base.
Yeah, they don't actually stick around for the last hit onto this inhibitor turret. It will regenerate up to about 30%.
Yeah.
But Team Liquid, so much gold off of that. Just look, this is a staggering gold lead. At 17 and a half minutes, they had over a 10,000 gold lead.
Here's this fight again.
Yeah, all right, so this, everyone clumps up. It's actually hard to see each of the spells, but okay, there's the Recon. That's the double knockup plus the full charm. Pobelter on the inside and Double Lift free firing on the Zaya. Even though Huni tries to come in from the back, on Rumble. Everyone from his team is already taken down by the time he actually walks there. And Team Liquid absolutely demolished them. You see the damage coming out of Doublelift on the Xayah, firing right through them with the feathers just cutting through all of them.
4 members doing over 1,000 damage from TL. The participation is ridiculous from the amount of power they're able to put out. And you can see why Echo Fox is falling so quickly in these engagements. Mid lane getting cleared out as TL preps and sets up to make a possible final engage here on Echo Fox. They have themselves all the way across the front of the base now. And Echo Fox is looking to maybe stop that somewhere.
Yeah, in the bush!
Stop number 1, a test on Xmithy. He goes down, and it looks like TL will try to get that retribution kill. Ole getting in with the quickness as he's going to start charming the rest of Echo Fox up. Here comes Doublelift. He gets his first kill onto Altec. A lot of the power being deleted from Echo Fox. Phoenix could be the next one in line, but TL looked for the inhibitor.
Yeah, Altec super farmed, but he gets 2-shot there as Impact flips him into Doublelift for the crit.
A quick quill to give a little bit of HP back. Impact says we're bringing this wave up, and they are going to pincer Echo Fox in their own base.
Yeah, Impact actually still going for it here. Team Liquid taking the turret.
Pretty good damage to start things off. Dardoch is in, throws down the ultimate. Phoenix to the back line if he can find the squishy target, but he is the squishy target to Team Liquid. Dardoch falls after his ult wears down, and Liquid is just prioritizing and organizing themselves so well from these Echo Fox engages. Being ahead doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, it looks like Team Liquid will be the undeniable team to beat at Rift Rivals for North America here, taking down Echo Fox in the standard style, and Ole's having fun with it. That actually, seeing Ole in good spirits is definitely an important thing for them, considering the last little visit of international play. Here we go, though. Another look. All right, Pobelter went in. He got the stun out there with the, or got the flash out with his stun. And we have Phoenix going on Yasuo, but this is like a 0-5 Yasuo. Even though he ults in, doesn't do really any damage at all.
My team's Yasuo?
Yeah. A little bit unlucky there. Now he's 0-6. 0-6-0. That is a rough one. Smithy able to finish up this Drake probably by himself because Team Liquid are 23 kills to 5 and smashing this game so hard.
Yeah, it's a very good way to put it. 20 minutes on the clock means Baron, and this isn't even something really Echo Fox can look at. The fight's so much in favor of TL. They can pick anyone they want, as you see on the bot side here. Impact managing Huni back and forth on his Singed pick. Remember, Impact did get a bit of that focus, the Orin ban, as well as a few other top lane bans, but he's still doing it. A 3v2, 5v2 situation as Liquid bite off a little more than they can chew, but that was a lot of resources for Echo Fox to take down one member.
Yeah, ultimates there from Altec as well as Phoenix and Huni expended, and a decent amount of damage done. Doublelift during the time, takes another turret for themselves, and now only thing that's left is getting inside the base. 2 inhibitors are already dead, so Team Liquid, even with 4 members, have the minions to help support.
10-0-5 for Doublelift on Xayah. He has been protected and positioned very well, almost taking a last breath. Depth charge on to Doublelift. Featherstorm allows him to get out of that alive, and Fang still puts himself forward and puts himself down. Phoenix is going to be the next one with 300 HP, but instantly gets deleted. Altec doing what he can. A Cathian Rain from the backside almost gets Impact down, but he flings Altec into the fight, and that's all they needed. Huni's the next one. The triple kill from Pobelter as he locks down Dardoch, and Liquid secure the ace.
Oh, and Liquid are going to secure the Nexus turrets as well. Heading to Rift Rivals, looking strong.
A strong team internationally is what everybody's hoping is Team Liquid takes down Echo Fox, and they secure first place in the summer split.
Woo! If they keep this up tomorrow as well, and they are definitely going to have a lot of momentum headed in. And again, the standard play, having Doublelift on Marksman here, the Xayah combo.
Yeah.
They actually were super lucky to get that first blood, I guess. Jumping on the opportunity, not hesitating. They found Yasuo overextended in the level 1. They got the kill before minions even spawned, so that definitely helps. And you'd love to have your bottom duo start out that way. Not going to happen every time, though.
So relentless in the plays as well, being able to just keep initiating not even really having to get dragons for that. It was going bot lane, saying, all right, we're playing the standard. We're going to dive you with Xmithy coming in on that bot lane over and over. Great job by Team Liquid, and now we have them at 4-1, holding that top spot, and it's been crazy. You wonder who would actually take it. You have teams in Europe right now that are 6-0, but there's so much back and forth in NA that who is going to be able to break out, and Team Liquid seems to be the first one to do the climbing.
It's going to be interesting to see, G2 and Fnatic coming over here. If they stick to their styles that they've shown in Europe, very different, and Team Liquid, plays this kind of more standard that people are looking forward to, then we get to see the clash of styles as well. But again, Team Liquid already, they won spring, and now they're looking super good here in summer. So they are definitely the one to take down if any of these North American teams are trying to climb up.
Absolutely. We had the featured matchup here of Impact versus Huni. And Impact's, when banned with that Ornn, he had focuses on him. The Singed was crazy, setting up Xmithy perfectly for those, or I should say Xmithy setting him up, but still, it was seeing Impact again, make the teleports, make the plays. You kind of said, this guy's remembered, as people say, for defense. We saw a little bit of that offense today.
Definitely true. The Singed was huge for them. As you said, how they play the side lanes is very big when you're facing a strategy like this. Xmithy was super proactive. In addition to his bottom lane, getting the level 1 kill, he also was able to make, his presence felt early on, counter jungling and getting ganks off on the sides.
You said the first place team, we're looking at Team Liquid that had some of those troubles internationally, and we see Ole again here. Seem like he's himself again.
Little taunting at the end.
Little taunting, feeling better, and as you said, it seems like the team is playing off that very well. It's definitely something they need going into Rift Rivals. Now, to get some insight on that game, let's throw it down to Avali and Team Liquid's Mad Chemist in the top lane.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with both Impact and Joanne. Congratulations on that victory and taking sole possession of first place. Now, coming into this game, Doublelift was really building up the hype between you and Huni. So how do you think you did against him today?
Today, I think their play mid jungle, what's that? Is gold, just Kai'Sa gold thing is carry. And I think, I can blind Shinjit. And after their pick number, and oh shit, I got bugged. And, okay, I'm trying just farm and just help. I'm always ask Jake and help gank my lane, and it's work. It's Huni actually see mistake. He one time die, but still I'm losing lane. I can't do anything. But after that, we bottom winning and we winning every fight. And I don't know what's going on this game, but yeah, we good, pretty good.
Well, you were successful in that, and I want to ask you about your Singed, because at first we only saw you pick him up here and there, but now we see you a lot more and a lot more confident. So what's your comfort with him like?
Just team balance. We need the AP that time, but my option have a 3 option, but I cannot say that. But it looks really bad because Huni is strong. He lane. He can counter my lane. So I think anyway, if I'm losing lane or whatever, I'm just flashing it because I can make play and I can do whatever I want. If losing CS doesn't matter. So yeah, I like my things.
And we have Rift Rivals coming up next week, going to take on EU. We've seen a lot of standard and more traditional play coming out from Team Liquid, and on EU side, they're trying to be innovative with a meta or something. So how do you think you're going to take them on next week?
Now it's revenge time because in MSI we time breaker lose Fnatic. I mean, yeah, we're trolling that, I think, but we have a chance to revenge for Fnatic, and we what's the company? What's that? 자신감의 영어 뭐죠? Confidence. Confidence. We have a confidence now. We play good and we team play really good, but I'm not sure versus you we can good play, but I hope we good, and I want NA better than you.
I'm confident you can take them down. Impact, congratulations, and thank you so much. Joanne, thank you. And for more on the game, let's hear from the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Avali. Impact hoping to do the region proud in defending our title as Rift Rival champions from last year. The #1 team, Team Liquid, from the spring split absolutely demolished Echo Fox just now on stage. Again, we teased it as a battle for first place. Didn't look like much of a battle there this time around. A completely crushing performance. And Double have said it in that video we watched earlier today. You've got to throw Huni up against Impact because Impact will destroy any off-roll top lane you throw against him. I think you could say the same thing about Double Lift.
Yeah, I don't think you really want Phoenix versus Double Lift, and that clearly didn't work out in the game. But I did like the draft initially for Echo Fox, and I think Team Liquid adapted very well. They get the Kai'Sa, as well as the Alistar and Yasuo all early on, kind of telegraphs jungle funnel strategy onto the Kai'Sa, while the Yasuo will go bottom with the Alistar most likely. But then the next two bans that TL did in the Braum and Nunu got rid of the Kai'Sa's two favorite champions to jungle funnel with. And so it kind of pushed them onto this Nautilus pick, which didn't quite have a home with the rest of the comp, and it made the Alistar go mid.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I also think Team Liquid, at least this split, and we'll see what happens now that they have full control of first place, is focusing on what they're good at and just trying to refine.
Right.
Because if you remember, they started that last split just like this, where they jumped out to a bunch of really dominant wins, and they said, we want to win different ways. But this is the Team Liquid that I always like to see, and since every lane was doing well, usually you look to the jungler for that. And then you, sure enough, Xmithy making it time and time again to get the ganks out.
Yeah, the level 1 First Blood really getting snowballed on with Phoenix no flash, just repeat gank after already kind of trying to stabilize that top side. You heard Impact saying, not the best matchup after he got counterpicked, had some more choice words for it. But not a good matchup, but after Smithy had so many good skirmishes in the top and bot lane, it protected the rest of the team and stopped the funnel that was working for Altec pretty well.
Right, so to some degree we see, TL be successful in defending against that funnel by attacking those weakened side lanes. But I guess my question is, where is either the praise or blame laid for the success of and failures of these strategies? If you are on the side of Echo Fox, why is it that you're in these gankable positions as often as you are? What do you need to do to stem that bleeding and make sure that you're giving that Kai'Sa the time she needs to power into a state where she can carry the game? And on the flip side, what did TL do correctly, aside from just continuing to gank lanes in order to really shut that down?
Well, I think one potential problem they might have ran into was their pairing of players in the strategy. A lot of the times, and this isn't like a uniform thing, obviously it can work however, but a lot of the times whenever you have a marksman in the jungle doing the funnel strategy, you pair them with their actual support. So that would have been Fang moving into the jungle, but Dardoch apparently didn't want to do that, and he was the one controlling Altec. And so then you have Phoenix and Fang in the bot lane, which doesn't sound like as much synergy as Dardoch and Phoenix, who actually play jungle mid synergy together, or Fang and Altec in the bot lane. So you have this mismatch of synergy probably that might have hurt, and that's why they were more out of position, plus maybe a little bit of tilt after that first play.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was about the bottom lane. Zyra Khan is one of the most lethal lanes in the game, regardless of whether or not you have the players in that position. And already, the strategy to try and beat funnel is to apply a lot of side lane pressure and sack a little bit in the mid lane. Team Liquid knew that immediately, and Echo Fox was not willing to respect that. And honestly, if you respect that, Phoenix, he's not 0-4, he's 0-2, but he has like 6 CS because he's never going to be able to step up to the wave.
Right.
To be fair, though, I think even though this was shellacking and Echo Fox got blown out of the water, they still found a lot of pickoffs onto Smithy that I don't think a lot of other teams in the league find. And then that last fight that lost in the game, if Altec had maybe a bit different build path or a little bit extra gold, might start cleaning up and they actually defend their base. And I think Echo Fox still deserves a lot of credit for finding fights. It's just that when they're behind, they still take those fights, and they're a lot harder to win.
Right.
It's one of those games where every single one of their comeback fights just resulted in them getting aced.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's
it
why
looks good for a second, they get the first kill down, you're like, maybe this is the one.
Phoenix hits
and
the
then
3-man ult.
back to back.
Like, compare it to their Golden Guardians game where it was like close kind of throughout, but they actually won some of those comeback fights. It just never happened.
Right, but I asked that question though, the earlier question about, who play, who do we praise and who do we blame in the situation? Because looking ahead to Rift Rivals, as we know, the EU LCS has been very open to experimentation in this meta and how they'll play out strategies. And so while we talk about Team Liquid, yes, focusing in on what works for them and refining one strategy, my question is, should there be fear or reservation for how they will perform against teams that are more practiced at some of these other unique strategies that we're seeing come out?
I think that's fair, but they also just had great practice against one of those teams doing crazy things and obliterated them, and they're probably one of the second best teams in our region. I do think, if I'm being honest, G2 is probably better than Echo Fox, so it'll be a tougher task, but it's the same idea of a funnel strategy that you have to beat with side waves.
Yeah, and I think Echo Fox is the most unrefined good team we've seen in a really long time. It's like they give Huni and Dardoch the keys and they do whatever, right? They're only going to be able to designate 6 players for Rift Rivals. I feel like they're going to be playing, what, 7, 8 players with what they've said from their organization, wanting to get Lost and Fang and Adrian and DeMonte and Phoenix all reps. So there's no way they're going to
Right, you want to list those
polished.
off one more time for Vedius? I think he forgot half the player names earlier
we'll
today
see.
when talking about Team Liquid. Well, it was a battle for first place, and Team Liquid, they came out on top. We're going to a commercial break. When we return, it's 100 Thieves versus Clutch Gaming for Game 3. Don't go anywhere.
Shield to start things.